Australia, New York City, collabo. We gonna make it right like this. Let's go.
Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing up some bands. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back.
MC Sticky in the building. Baba T in the building. Australia, New York City, collabo. We gonna make it right like this. Let's go.
Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing up some bands. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing up some bands. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. Baby, make it clap for a real one. Said you want pop, Molly, pop, 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 Molly Milgram. Rich young nigga, I'm a prince like William. Rubber bump, I ain't no average civilian. Got it out the mud, ain't no handout. Pull up to the club real quick, make a fan out. Diamond on my neck, real shit, kinda stand out. I'm here for the night, little bitch, where can I hang out? Cartier for the frame, know she got a lot of brain. Make it seem like Tory Lanez, and I go and hit the stage. Small waist, big bank, gotta hope I'm shooting blanks. It don't really matter, let me finish on a pretty face. Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing up some bands. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing up some bands. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. Switching through the gears, I'm the man on the mission. Vroom, 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 that's a Lambo ignition. Two-door coupe with the roof gone missing. How it makes sense, I got 6 bitch kissing. See me in the club and then I get paid in advance. Tell the way to bring me bottle, gotta end up in the trance. With that booty, gotta wobble, how you fit it in the pants. Gotta run the beat back, did you hear what I said? Run to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing up some bands. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing up some bands. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. I can clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back.
Come on. City Australia in the building. New York City in the building. Baba T, MC Sticky in the building. Boardwalk Global Media. We get it done. 1, 2, 3, over.
All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. It's my birthday week, baby. Why you acting weird to me? I'm your #1 fan. Thought I was your man. Now you acting weird. You want a relationship, then you don't want one. Then you play hard to get when I really want you. What are you saying? Either you is or you ain't my baby. I don't have time to be playing when I'm not around. Can you hold it down? Seems like I'm your man, only in the town. Never be a us if I can't trust. Nothing to discuss. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. It's me, baby. How could you leave, baby? After all you've done to me, I can't believe. All along you had something up your sleeve. Guess it's best that I stick to the cheese. I was keeping it real, you was playing pretend. Should've known that it'd never work out then. You see, the thing about it is you brought up getting married and having kids, but your words never match your actions. It's tragic, cause we made magic. Want you to be my wife, but you'd rather be a bad bitch. Not valid, checked your name off my hit list. Didn't they tell you I'm a savage? All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby.
Yeah, you already know who it is. It's your boy DJ Chinks, and it's another Friday here on The Real Discussion with Rock Logic at the Boardwalk Global Media Podcast Studio. And it's going down. Relationships. Good grief. At this time, I want everybody to like, comment, and share. Get your popcorn, get your wine, your beer. Let's go.
Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now you can't tell me I'm not lit. Every time that we alone, you just want me to hit. All that in a bag of chips, you be my honey dip. Everything I have, we gon' split. But you changing up like the weather, it's never for the better. Even when you cold, baby, I'ma be your sweater. You're my Aaliyah, so I'm writing you this letter. I'm just trying to make you see that we stronger together. Stuck on you like leather, soul ties like we tethered. Ask me what I want you for, I'ma tell you forever. We gon' do it or we not, it's not whenever. I ain't gonna chase you, I'm too busy chasing cheddar. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it
I want you to call your ex right now and play them the song. Let's go.
But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on.
You got me keeping my distance. You say quiet and resistant. Whenever I speak,
You don't listen, you don't pique your interest. When you come home, you act different. This is what it is, just keeping it real. I'm playing the field, cause we don't have time. Baby, just don't lie. I'm out here on my grind, money on my mind.
Yeah.
Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make a flip. I'm feeling the energy, can tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, can tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on.
Rock Logic just called me and he told me to tell y'all to tell your ex, stop hating. Boa Global Media in the building. It's your boy DJ Chinks. We gonna get this party started in about 2 minutes, y'all. Let's go.
All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to
I want to dedicate this song to my ex.
me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. It's my birthday week, baby. Why you acting weird to me? I'm your number one fan. Thought I was your man. Now you acting weird. You want a relationship,
Then you don't want one.
then you play hard to get.
When I really want you.
What are you saying? Either you is or you ain't my baby. I don't have time to be playing when I'm not around. Can you hold it down? Seems like I'm your man, only in the town. Never be a us if I can't trust. Nothing to discuss. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. It's me, baby. How could you leave, baby? After all you've done to me, I can't believe. All along you had something up your sleeve. Guess it's best that I stick to the cheese. I was keeping it real, you was playing pretend. Should've known it'd never work out then. You see, the thing about it is you brought up getting married and having kids, but your words never match your actions. It's tragic, cause we made magic. Want you to be my wife, but you'd rather be a bad bitch. Not valid, checked your name off my hit list. Didn't they tell you I'm a savage? All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby.
Yeah. Once again, we are back. It's Boardwalk Global Media, the real discussion with Rock Logic, Gary D, Robin, and me, of course, Chinks. I want to give a shout out to Rocky D. I want to give a shout out to Embrace the Grace. They say good evening. Oh, please press the like button upon your arrival. That's right. Make sure you like, comment, and share. And we're going to get into these relationships because it's crazy. You know, oh man, I don't even want to expose myself right now. You know what I'm saying? Gary D, what's up with you, Gary D?
Everything's good, bro. Everything's good. I mean, before we get into the relationship stuff, because I know Robin, she obviously sent in a couple of things. I just wanted to touch base on some of the things that was happening during the week, because I know that there was the Grammys earlier on in the week.
Oh yeah.
On Sunday, and they did a big 50th celebration.
That's right.
And a lot of people, you know, there's some mixed reviews, right? Well, actually, for the most part, a lot of people, or I should say most people, felt very happy with the performance. Guest Love from The Roots, he curated it.
Right.
There were a lot of people, you know, there was a lot of talk online and different podcasts talking about how this person should have been there, that person should have been there. What they failed to realize, right, is that sometimes you have some artists and even some executives, like some of these cats got egos, right? So
Talk about it.
It's about going, you know, some of these artists may want, or some of these executives may want their artists to go first or second or third, or there's certain contractual obligations and stuff like that. So, like, for example, you know, people were talking about how come Bad Boy wasn't in it, you know.
Ooh.
No. So, and you know, Puff's ego, right?
Right.
You know, let's be real, Puff's ego and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of things that, you know, that has happened with Bad Boy artists. Now,
Sheesh. Sheesh. Puffy's a big contributor to hip hop.
But yeah, so I'm just saying, but at the same time, look at what Jay has done. And Jay could have been up there.
Oh, wow.
Jay
See, I
coulda-
missed it.
Jay could have been up there.
Jay wasn't up there?
Jay was in the audience.
Oh, wow.
Jay was in the audience, right? So I have to commend Jay because, I mean, Jay could have easily been up there as a part of it, but he let all these other cats get their shine and stuff like that. So I thought that was really, really good. But my point was, for the people that were mad that they didn't see certain artists up there, some of these artists and some of their labels, they probably had certain requests or demands that they wanted, and it just wasn't going to go down like that.
Also, the world is opening back up after the pandemic, so a lot of these people are moving around right now. A lot of people are doing shows.
Well, yeah, tours. Well, now with the whole, this year for the 50th anniversary of hip hop, there's a lot of events happening, right, across the country. Like, they bringing back a lot of stuff from the 80s, from the 90s, a lot of major jams and festivals. So be out there, right? Be out there. So this year is a major, major year for hip hop. You have people flying in from all over the world coming to New York City, right, for a lot of the events.
The Mecca.
That for a lot of the events that's going to be happening here. There's also hip hop 50 celebrations going on in other parts of the world, like Australia and Japan. All these places. So this is real serious, bro. This is real serious.
Hell yes. So we got in the chat. I want to give a shout out to Tasha on the check, and she says, "Hey family, good evening to all in the chat." Shout out to old Terry O. She says, "Finally
Terry,
here
hey,
early."
Terry, all right.
Anthony Wright, Black Door in the Enterprises says, "If Jay-Z and Khaled was at the end of the show, woo, would have been crazy." But yeah, man, when you're moving around and you're doing these things, how do you keep your schedule open to what might, what that you might want to feel obligated to show up to? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you do that?
But look at, there's certain artists, like, for example, LL. LL could have had an attitude, you know what I mean, and be like, look, I didn't want to do this, or like, he could have, but nah, LL was down with it.
He was up there?
He was up there.
Did he do, when I'm alone in my room, just right there at the wall?
I mean, there was, let me see if I could go. So there was LL up there, there was Rakim, there was Salt and Pepper, Scarface, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Okay, well, it sounds like it was based on what they call like the golden years, or like the start of hip hop, right? Did they have any new artists?
Yeah, they had I think it was Little Yachty or something like that. Was it Little or the Baby? But they had
probably the Baby.
But they had, I think it was him. But
yeah.
But there was one of the newer artists there. But I mean, look, all in all, in my opinion, I think Guest Love did a good job. I think that. But what some people were upset about was that, I guess, nobody there was no mention of Kool Herc's name.
Right.
Or they didn't even mention Africa Bambaata's name. Flash, obviously Flash was there and stuff like that. So, but it was good to hear. Dre, actually, so Dre, there's a new award under the Grammys called the Global Icon Awards, and Dre is the initial inductee of the award.
Dope.
And he said in his opening speech was that what got him started was there was a record that Grandmaster Flash did called The Adventures of Grandmaster Flash.
Okay.
Classic hip. Like, this is before you was born, bro.
Word.
So, and that was one of my favorite records too. So that was his way of paying homage to Grandmaster Flash, saying like, yo, this was the record that made me start, right?
Yes.
So, that was big.
Or Oterio in the chat says Glorilla. Glorilla was up there?
Glorilla, yes.
No way.
Yes, she was up there too. Yes.
Wow.
Terry's right.
That's crazy. In the chat right now, I just want anybody who saw the Grammys, I just want you to put up your favorite artist that you've seen perform during the Grammys, and I want to talk about it.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, it was definitely. And look, we've come a long way with the Grammys, because I remember in the beginning when And when I say in the beginning, what's this, 20, 25 years ago, where the Grammys, they didn't want hip hop at one point. Then there was a boycott, but then what people have to understand too, at that time, a lot of the Grammy voting members, they were all white people.
They weren't in tune, you
Right?
saying.
So now here it is, within the last 15, 20, within the last 10, 15 years, the Grammy board is more diverse.
Okay.
Right? So now so within the last couple of years, you see a lot of black artists and minority artists being more inclusive in winning a lot of the major awards and stuff like that. And now here it is with the 50th anniversary. Yeah, the Grammy voting members, like they're 50, 40s, 50s, 60s. So they grew up in hip hop, so they know, right? They know what's up.
For sure. So let's talk about it. You're talking about people on the board who basically create this whole thing, right? And I know you know everybody, Gary
Stop
D.
it.
Gary D knows everybody. Who's on the board, Gary? Let's talk about it.
Well, no, what it is there's voting members, right?
Right.
So every year, and see, look, when the Grammys happen, they plan a year in advance.
Okay.
Most of these major award shows, it's a year in advance. And they don't just do it in a couple of months. These are like major productions. So they're voting members, and you have to sign up, get application, go to a couple of meetings and stuff like that. Like, you just don't just jump in and be a voting member.
Okay.
Right? So it takes some time, right? But once you're a voting member, you come on board when the nominations are announced and the ballots go out, you get to vote. Like, you get to vote.
Okay.
Right? So it's something that's really good, because now, again, as opposed to maybe like 20 years ago, where the predominantly voting members were all white,
Right.
or primarily white, whereas now you got a lot of voting members that are black and minorities. So it's a big move. Like, look, and it's funny that you asked me about this, because you said that I know everybody. So, and I actually was thinking about this earlier. So, my uncle is a guy by the name of Cal Dupree, and his boss was Richard Green, who used to be the CEO of the Grammys.
Okay.
Or I should say NARAS.
Wow.
Which is the organization that runs the Grammys. So
Gary dropping bombs.
So by way of that, I had some some behind the scenes.
So you got a deep history in hip hop, don't you, Gary?
Oh yeah, like my uncle, so the first hip hop tour that went to major venues called the Fresh Fest tour.
Okay.
Right? Most hip hop artists will tell you that's one of the most legendary hip hop tours. The first tours to go into major arenas. As a matter of fact, Ralph McDaniels on Video Music Box, he has footage, right? So, but it's Russell Simmons, Charlie Stetler, my uncle's business partner Ricky Walker, and my uncle Cal Dupree.
Okay.
And at that event, you saw Dr. Ice and Kango Kid, who were dancers for Houdini.
Get out of here.
Right? And of course, later on, they became UTFO. The other thing is, there was a short dancer, curly-haired kid by the name of Jermaine Dupri.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
My uncle was the one that got him to dance for Houdini.
Get out of here.
Right? So, yeah. So, and here's the thing. Jermaine's last name is Malden. Right?
Oh, it's not Dupree?
No. He got that from my uncle. That's a whole nother story, but he got his last name from my uncle now. His dad, Michael Malden, was the stage manager for the Fresh Fest tour. Because Ricky Walker and my uncle, they're part of that whole Atlantic clique,
Right.
right? So when they did the tour, they, Michael Mulder was a stage manager, and he was like, "Yo, look, my young son Jermaine is a dancer. Can he be can you have him get into something?" And he had him come out.
And now we got Jermaine Dupri. So you saying your uncle has something to do with Jermaine Dupri?
Oh yeah, that's
wow.
Actually, the real story is Jermaine Dupri was thankful for my uncle putting him on. He's like, I wanted to use your last name. He said, only if you change it around. So he came up with D-U-P-R-I.
Okay.
My uncle spells his last name D-U-P-R-E.
Wow. And that's some history that y'all didn't know,
Right?
man. That's freaking
That's
crazy. Gary
serious.
Facts. Gary Facts with the facts.
So that's where my sort of history started. Seeing stuff backstage when them doing concerts and stuff like that, and now we can see Live Nation and all these other major touring companies. They're doing major arenas and stadiums. The Fresh Fest tour was the first hip hop concert to go into like 20,000 seat arenas across the country.
Name one of them. What's one of the arenas?
Back then it was, here in New York City was the Nassau Coliseum.
Oh, wow. Nassau Coliseum.
Right. Prior to that, there was no real major hip hop concerts going into major arenas.
Wow, that's interesting. I just want to give a shout out to Amanda Emerald Faith. She says, "Hey guys from Down Under, great show." Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to Australia.
That's right.
Shout out to Casey Deller.
Casey. Yeah.
He says, "Peace, Gary." Oh, you know Casey too.
Yeah, I
See,
know
Gary
Casey.
knows
I know
everybody.
Casey.
Shout out to Casey for the 50 stars. I want to give a shout out to Tasha, of course. Shout out to Calvin X. He says, "BGM, we need to make shirts." Oh, you already know, baby. Them shirts is coming. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
so, man, that's crazy. Well, it sounds to me that hip hop is really a family. It's pretty tight knit, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, Rock and I go back about 30 years, right? Rock was in the hospital when I almost died. Okay. So I mean, a lot of relationships in hip hop just didn't happen, right? It's not something that just happened a year or two ago. A lot of people in front of the camera and behind the camera, they've been knowing each other a long time.
Yeah, man. It's 50 years of hip hop, and this show's title is Relationships. And I think we need to keep these relationships strong. Y'all MFers need to communicate. You need to bury the hatchet, iron any wrinkles you got in your relationship, and let's keep it going, man. 50 years of hip hop, I want to hear about 50 more. You know what I'm talking about? So let's get it, man. Let's stop playing games. Let's get this money. Let's go to Nassau Coliseum. Let's get the you know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Yeah, well,
what are we
listen,
really doing? Let's talk about it.
Hip hop is a global $1 billion business now. I mean, like movies, TVs, film. Look, just the other day, what's it? Two days ago, the guys that own Quality Control,
QC,
they just sold their company for $300 million.
Wow.
Right?
Shout out to Robbie in the building. She said that's cheap.
Yeah, but
$300 million is cheap, Robbie.
Right. They just sold it.
Yeah, I need $300 billion.
So they just sold their company for $300 million. Last year, what's Kevin Lies and Leo's company? 300 Entertainment.
Right.
They sold their company for $400 million.
To Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you a question, Gary. So let's say I'm the owner of Boardwalk Global Media, right? Mm-hmm. And I got all these rappers publishing, and I own all the rights, right? So when I sell my company, do I sell my rights and my publishing as well?
It depends on how your deal is set up.
Okay.
Right. It depends. Like.
So I have the option to opt out.
Well, you could. Well, see, here's the thing, and this gets into corporate finance, right? These major corporations, they're buying, they're buying your catalog. Now, if your deal is set up where you can keep the publishing, right? Then
you can sell your company and keep the publishing.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways. I mean, and actually, you don't even have to sell your company, right? Like, if you have a company that's doing like $100 million annually, you could securitize a catalog. You could securitize through against future royalties and payments, like the same shit they do in the oil industry, right? But a lot of people, they don't understand that corporate end of it. I worked in investment banking, dealing with media and entertainment, so I saw some things firsthand.
Dope. So hip hop right now, I'm gonna get into a little video, and I got Rock Logic in the building. We're gonna switch chairs and we're gonna get this shit popping. You already know who it is, DJ Chinks, and we getting popping here, Boardwalk Global Media. Let's go.
Robin.
MC Sticky in the building. Baba T in the building. Australia. New York City. Collabo. We gonna make it right like this. Let's go.
Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing in some bands. Make it clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back.
Yeah.
Clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back.
I'm in the building.
Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing in some bands. Make it clap, 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 clap.
Hey.
Throw it back, 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 back. Make it clap, 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 clap.
Word up, word up.
Back, 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 back. Baby, make it clap for real. One said you want pop, Molly, pop, 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 Molly Milgram. Rich young nigga, I'm a prince, I will. Yeah, I'm rubber bum, I ain't no average civilian. Got it out the mud, ain't no handout. Pull up to the club real quick, make a fan out.
Yeah, we need to make shirts. I see it in the chat.
Bitch, where can I hang out?
Come on.
Cartier for the frame, know she got a lot of brain.
Yeah.
Make it seem like Tory Lanez, and I go and hit the stage.
Dang.
Small waist, big bank, gotta hope I'm shooting blanks. And it really matter, let me finish on a pretty face. Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing in some bands. Make it clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. Make it clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back.
Hey.
Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said.
Yeah,
Got a
we in the
bounce on
building.
my
Chat
lap,
room's
do a
lit
twirl
right
when you
now.
dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants.
Robin in the house, Rock Logic in the house, Chinks in the house. Gary Fax is in the house. Big shout out to DOA and Renee. They're on assignment tonight.
Switching through the gears on a man on a mission.
Boom, boom,
It's a
boom.
Lambo ignition. Two-door coupe with the roof gone missing. How it makes sense, I got 6 bitch kids. See me in the club and then I get paid in advance. Tell her where to
Yeah,
bring me
big
bottles,
shout
and I
out
end
to
up
my
in the
man
trance.
Baba
With that
T.
booty, gotta wobble, ain't fitted in the pants. Gotta run the
Straight
beat
out
back,
Australia,
you what I
y'all.
said. Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100 sats, got me throwing in some bands. Make it clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back. Make it
Oh,
clap,
Terry
clap,
O
clap,
said
clap,
hot
clap,
song.
clap.
Yeah, this is the joint.
Front to the back, girl, you heard what I said. Got a bounce on my lap, do a twirl when you dance. And I put it so fat, fit the world in your pants. Collect 100
Yeah, I'm in the
sats,
building,
got me throwing
y'all.
some bands. Make it clap, 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 clap,
The
clap,
show is in
clap.
mode right now.
Back, 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 back. Make it clap,
Word
clap,
up.
clap, 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 clap. Throw it back, 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 back.
Sydney, Australia in the building. New York City in the building. Baba T, MC Sticky in the building. Boardwalk Global Media. We get it done. 1, 2, 3, over.
Word up. Boardwalk Global Media in the house, and the show is whole now. Now the show is whole. Big shout out to my man Baba T, straight out of Australia. You know what I'm saying? That's one of his singles that we did together. Embrace the Grace, what's going on? Terry O, what's happening? Casey Dilla's in the house. Amanda Faith Emerald's in the house. Big shout out to Calvin X. Damn right, we need more Boardwalk Global Media T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Tasha's in the house. Anthony Wright, Black Door Enterprises in the house, and we're here. So yeah, so I heard y'all talking a little bit about the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? And that was interesting. You know, and I just want to say I understood the lineup, and I appreciated the lineup. And you know, when you got 13 minutes, you got to squeeze a whole lot of artists in 13 minutes, and I thought they did a great job at that. Where I didn't feel, I felt like as the keeper and the you're doing the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and you're the Grammys. You know, I felt a little bit slighted that they didn't. They mentioned Herc, but they didn't mention Bam, and they had Flash, and I thought that part was a little bit incomplete, that they didn't have the Holy Trinity up first. You know what I'm saying? I think the Holy Trinity should have been Soul Sonic. It should have been Kool Herc with Coke La Rock as the first MC. Then it should have been Bam and then Flash, and then went on to the rest of it. You know, so I just felt that was a little bit incomplete, but it is what it is with that. Big shout out to the Universal Hip Hop Museum, who keeps the culture of hip hop and the order of things absolutely correct. And tonight, as we're talking, they're actually in Radio City performing right now. LG's out there DJing, Soul Sonic Force is on the stage, and they're doing that at Radio City Music Hall right now as we talk tonight. So that was dope, you know what I'm saying? What's up? We got Violators Radio in the house. My man Dave in the house. He says, what's good, my people? Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? But so I thought that the Grammys, for the most part, that was the only section I saw, and I saw it on YouTube the next day. I thought that for the most part, they did well. You know what I'm saying? But they only had 13 minutes to get it done. TV time is TV time, you know? So they had to do all that, and I thought that they did a great job at that. Big shout out to Questlove. You know, because that shit ain't easy.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy to get groups to come in and perform, and you got to deal with egos and record executives and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not an easy situation.
True.
To really curate.
And you also said something very important, and actually, I missed this out. The TV time,
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
when you're producing on TV, like you gotta,
keep it like
you gotta
really,
keep it
yep.
like
tight. Real tight.
You know,
air tight.
Yeah, your slot is your slot,
Yep.
and you got to get it done. And I thought that they did a great job. I enjoyed the fact that Public Enemy was on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they boycotted the Grammys, and on the one of the records like, fuck the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? We don't need a Grammy, you know.
It was too white. That's
right. At the time, it was absolutely positively too white.
See?
You know, because when you think about the Grammys when we were growing up, you know, you saw a lot of Broadway plays and producers of Broadway plays getting nominations. You saw the R&B stuff getting nominations, the country songs getting nominations, and hip-hop wasn't really recognized as a real music form at the time.
True.
So it took time for that generation to basically die off, right?
Damn right.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? And then the generation that grew up with hip-hop then took the reins and was like, we're going to acknowledge hip-hop.
Right.
And we're going to acknowledge our heroes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All those cats that are on the board now, everyone they saw on that stage, they basically grew up to.
That's
right.
That's right.
Dre started, you know, with the Adventures of Flash.
That was my favorite record.
And they weren't even rapping on it. It was just Flash scratching on the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciated that part. I didn't think that I saw how they represented the West Coast with Ice-T, which is an obvious choice. It would have been criminal if they would have omitted Ice-T, because Ice-T is like the godfather of hip-hop in L.A.
Yeah.
That's gangster rap, right?
Yeah. We didn't really even see Ice-T. We didn't even really see L.A. until we saw Ice-T.
That's true.
And then Ice-T,
colors.
you know, right. He got his style from Schoolie D.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? From Philly. P.S. What you making that green? People always say, what the hell does that mean? 6 in the morning, da.
Right.
And he's rapping in the same cadence as as Schoolie D.
Right.
So, and he acknowledges that all the time.
Yep, that's true.
That's how it came about. So I appreciated that fact. And I thought that was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I thought the Grammys was dope.
Yes.
So big shout out to the Grammys.
You know, that'd have been dope if they'd have had Ice-T and Schoolie D, like,
Right.
on stage together. Like,
And
doing
really
the
hear the
song.
records like back
right,
to back.
Right,
You know, and you hear the influence.
right.
So I thought that was pretty hot. So I know today's show is about relationships. We're about 40 minutes in. And I believe that Robbie actually has the relationship stuff.
That's
so
true.
we should probably get into that and get
Oh.
involved with that
All right.
off the rip. You know, I mean, y'all all know what's going on in the news. We're shooting down balloons and shit and all that other stuff.
2 balloons
Right.
this week.
2 balloons now. We're popping balloons like darts, right? The jet fighters are like darts, and the balloons are like that shit that you see in a carnival. You know what I'm saying? So for some reason, they just keep drifting over. I don't know how that's working out. Like, doesn't the wind go the other direction?
It's the wind. It's the wind.
Like, if I put up a balloon, doesn't it go like over? If the wind's going the other direction, wouldn't it like go over China and then go over Russia or something like
I
that?
put any others.
You know, so
Theoretically.
you know, based on how balloons move. You know, I'm just saying. You know, I mean, you know, and they shot down this last one because it was a threat to passenger jet airspace. You know, so I also, just for shits and giggles, I've been watching like old newsreels now.
Oh my God.
So I'm watching like Gil Noble, on Channel 7. I'm watching all the old eyewitness news shit.
Do you
from,
know where
like,
your children are?
Yeah, right. From 75, 76, 77. And if you guys get a chance, you definitely should watch some of the old newscasts because you really see how fucking goofy that shit was, really. You know what I'm saying?
It was, it was early.
Yeah, they were making mad mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stormfield as a young weatherman, all that type shit. So that shit was dope. So, Robbie, what do you got on the relationship
All
front?
right, first and foremost.
Which, by
thanks.
the way, I did not read.
It's fine.
So
good.
This is right.
That is great.
Yeah. I didn't see it beforehand, so this is very fresh.
Well, first, let me talk my talk, okay? Let me do my dance.
Yes,
all right?
Bang.
First of all, thanks to everybody that's watching the show. Thank you for being patient with us. We strolled up in here like 30 minutes late. And two, I saw the remark about the Boardwalk Global Media shirts.
Right.
You know what I think?
What do you think?
I think if we could get 1,000 subscribers, we could start giving out some Boardwalk Global
some
Media
giveaways.
shirts.
Yeah. Throw
Yeah,
some
let's-
horns and some claps in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Help us out. Maybe.
Come on now. You might get a free shirt, man.
You know
Show
what?
me
I
what you
think
can
that
do.
should be a goal.
Yeah, that should be a goal.
For sure.
I think that if we make it to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube,
Yeah.
we should do a giveaway
Right.
of Boardwalk Global Media shirts.
Yeah. Because what's interesting, right? The viewership doesn't really represent like the subscribers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
On both sides, on Facebook and on that. So it doesn't really make any sense that we don't have dedicated subscribers. So we're going to go on a subscription drive from here on in on all the shows
that's
on
right.
Boardwalk Global Media.
That's right. Let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
definitely do
I
that.
know I am.
Yeah,
Ha ha ha.
yeah.
Get some shirts.
And
How's that?
Right. Matter of fact, big shout out last week to Yvonne Phyllis Stickney.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. NDOA.
DOA.
Right.
You got
The
any
control
footage of
room.
that?
Well, we streamed the whole show
Yeah.
on
Okay.
Facebook
Yes, we did.
last week. That's why we went on last week because we were at the show supporting Phyllis. And if you saw anything, you saw that we actually gave her a hoodie and 2 sweatshirts.
Yes. Yes.
Right? 2 of the apparel had her name on the back.
No, we made 3.
We made 3.
She got 3 shirts.
Oh, she got a hoodie.
Yes.
Boardwalk Global Media
She got
mug.
a black
Oh,
one,
that's
a
right.
white one, and a hoodie, right?
Yes.
And a Boardwalk Global Media mug. Right. That we gave to her. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So we
Love
did that
that.
last week. So, Robbie, what do you got on the relationship?
All
front?
right, let's get it popping, shall we? Okay. Question number 1. My coworker and I decided to work over the weekend at her house to meet a deadline. She cooked. I helped her clean. Loaded the dishwasher and saw her sex toys with the dishes.
Oh, shit.
I asked about it. She tried to strap on me. I want her again, but I'm not a lesbian. Help.
So this
All
is
right,
2
no.
women.
So 2
Yes. Yes.
All right, I'm not saying nothing.
There you go. Gary, go. Go, Gary.
Wow. So, all right.
Gary got 2 women in his house right now doing dishes,
Washing dildos.
washing dildos in the
on, Gary.
dishwasher.
So, okay. So this woman and her coworker, they work together over the weekend.
Right.
Alright.
I guess they're doing a weekend
It
assignment.
goes weekend.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
I mean, okay.
Like, come over and do my homework.
So does she have a relationship? Well,
It doesn't say. I mean, listen, they can't be in a relationship really, either one of them, if they're spending the whole weekend
well, I mean,
at her house.
so then, okay. So if she's spending the whole weekend there, then
Doing a work assignment.
doing a work assignment, and her coworker get into this strap-on thing. What's the problem?
Well, she says she's not a lesbian. She wants her, but she's not a lesbian. She says help. Help, Gary.
She got to figure that out. Like, if she had a man at home, that would be different.
Right.
I
Right.
mean,
And
that
maybe
would
she
be-
does. But how about this? She's just not a lesbian.
But she's bisexual.
Maybe she
Is she?
I think she broke her cherry.
Nah. 'cause
Oh,
they didn't
wait,
do anything.
you ain't supposed to say
I'm sorry.
anything.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Well, but then see, there's some women that are I guess-
Bi-curious?
they're selectively bi.
Oh, I didn't know that there was a thing
Well,
like that.
there's
Oh,
so,
okay.
there's some women that they like to say that they're either selectively bi
What kind of terms are these?
or occasionally bi.
What the hell? Look,
So you're saying that some women need a special lady
Some
that'll
of
turn them
are-
out?
Some of them are like that. Some listen. This is what
That's
I've
interesting.
I don't agree with
This is
that.
what I'm saying. This is what I've seen. Right?
right.
There's some women that are as they would say, very very bi.
Yeah.
Right. Then there's other women that's just more selective, and then there's other women that's occasional.
Okay. I mean, if anybody agrees with Gary in the chat, I've never heard of that term.
Me neither.
Selective,
But I think it's interesting.
occasionally bi.
It's out there.
Okay, my, she's bye. All right. So, Chicky, what you got? You want to hear it again?
Nah. So, you want my advice to
Yeah, give us some advice.
to the
She's having-
occasionally bi woman, right?
Yeah, occasionally. No, she didn't say she was bi.
At all.
Right.
I tell her to tell her coworker to get the strap. It's the same exact thing. It's just plastic. You know what I'm saying? It's
I know
silicone.
going back to work is going to be quite interesting.
Well, listen, she might not need her coffee in the morning if she got the strap.
All right, cool.
So she should be all right. It's not really,
Well,
it's not really gay, right? Because
What?
what's gay? It's two coochies bumping, right?
Yeah.
But you're using a strap. So it's kind of like having a woman that's a man
she's cosplaying,
with a thang
but she still has titties.
who let you bang bang.
With the bang bang.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, listen, let's say her name is Lisa. Lisa, it's cool, baby. Take the strap and come back. All right? And that's that.
So technically, if she tried the strap.
Oh.
So technically, she was penetrated by like what would be considered a penis, but it was plastic.
You ain't gay, baby. You like what you like. Okay?
Right. So she likes
It's all
chicks
good.
with dicks.
Hey, listen.
That's all. She likes chicks with dicks. All right, let's keep it moving.
I don't get to comment on that.
Oh, I thought you did already.
I actually did not.
All right.
Can you just read it one more time? Just one more time through.
All right.
Go ahead.
My coworker and I decided to work over the weekend at her house to meet a deadline. She cooked. I helped her clean, loaded the dishwasher, and saw her sex toys with the dishes. I asked about it. She tried to strap on me. I want her again, but I'm not lesbian. Help.
Oh, okay. I see. So she rocked and rolled with the shit. She got down.
She got down.
First of all, I think it's nasty, you know, that you wash your sex toys with your dishes. But okay, I digress.
It's
plastic,
sanitary.
whatever. Yeah, you do what you're going to do.
high heat.
However, she doesn't want her again, or she wants her again?
I want her again, but I'm not lesbian. Help.
Okay. No, you're a
Help,
lesbian.
Rob.
Just stop. You're a fucking lesbian. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, just own it. You know what I mean? Like, what we playing games here? I want her again, but I'm not a lesbian, right? That shit sounds stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? If you want her again, then evidently you are a lesbian, right? And then let's back it up just a little bit, right?
Right.
You allowed her to use the thing on you. Once again, that makes you a lesbian, right? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like you're not going to do something that's outside of your constitution, right? If she was heterosexual, then she wouldn't have done it because she'd have been uncomfortable in that space, right?
There would have been pushback.
Right. So the only thing I'm saying is, listen, mama, own it and enjoy it.
Right.
Stop hiding behind it. We live in the 2000s where it ain't so bad. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Have your fun, baby.
Have
girl.
your fun, enjoy yourself, and own it. And you know, I mean, you don't want to say that you're lesbian, but by definition, I'm sorry to say, but you're a lesbian. You know what I mean? And
She's a situational lesbian.
situational lesbian.
An occasional.
Here goes
lesbian.
another one. She's a situational lesbian. It could pop off if you have the right strap
Yes,
on.
right.
There you go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I ain't mad at her, but I think she's blurring. She's trying to blur a line, and she's having problems with her own constitution. But you've already violated that.
Right.
You
She
already
crossed the
done that.
line.
You already crossed the line. You was comfortable with it. So go ahead and do what you got to do. Dave says, Shorty been lining her up for a minute. That's right. That whole situation was a setup.
You know what? I gotta agree with that. I gotta agree with that.
She was tuning
Because
you up, bitch.
I mean, you don't need to actually be at someone's house to to meet a deadline.
right.
No.
We
got
could have
Google
zoomed that
Docs.
shit. Yeah.
For real.
Conference call.
Right. And then came the point when she broke out the dildo. You know what I mean? You could have been like, nah.
Right.
You know what
She
I'm saying?
wanted it, but she didn't admit it.
Right, that's all.
She wanted
And it's
it.
funny because I was having a conversation with some school kids, right? And a big thing in school now is, you know, kids that are gay. You know what I'm saying? So as we were having that conversation, you know, one of the kids said that, you know, if someone came on to him, and he was a boy, that, you know, how he would address it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because he ain't in that space, right? And he said that he would address it with, you know, at one point he was like, I would tell a person. And then if they keep pushing up on me, I'm going to say it again. They keep pushing up on me, then I'm going to have to deal with them, right? Which meant he was going to deal with it in a violent sense. And I had to say, listen, man, you know, that's not the way to deal with that. The way to deal with that is be respectful and just say, yo, you can't be my friend. And move on.
Right.
And you ain't got to deal with them no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We live in that kind of world now. You know what I'm saying? If you're not comfortable with somebody of the opposite sex pushing up on you, then it's okay for you to say, I'm not gay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like heterosexuals are under attack, by the way. I just want to say that.
All right. Okay. All right. Come on.
No.
Go ahead, Archie.
No, yeah. I mean, because it is like that, really, right? Because now it's almost like it's wrong for you to be a heterosexual. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool for you to be a heterosexual.
Right.
So I think that, you know, we're kind of sort of under attack. And I remember we was talking to Phyllis the other night, and she had like a skit like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, listen, if I'm not attacking you for being a homosexual, then you should not attack me for being a heterosexual.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Let everybody live.
All right.
All right.
I
cool.
like it. And, you know, there are some instances where, like Dave said, she could have been lining her up for a minute.
Hells yeah.
So she would manipulate the situation to get her in the house.
Right.
In the house.
You know, and it's not even about some people when they hit on you, they don't do it outright.
Right.
They'll try to put you in a situation
Right.
Where they can try you.
Create
right,
something.
Right,
Yes.
right. So she was situationally compromised.
And she enjoyed it.
She kissed the girl and
She liked it.
Yeah, that's it.
Or who you got?
All right, next. I love my wife. She's gentle, works out, wears natural hair, cooks and keeps our home. I'm in love with my coworker. She's loud, wears ridiculous wigs and contacts, tight clothes on a lumpy body. Talk me out of ending my marriage for her, please. I'm so close to leaving. Gary?
Go.
Oh, he got problems. Damn. It's like he's dealing with two like total opposites. Look, he needs to. I would say he needs to stick with his wife. I mean, it sounds like he's infatuated with the coworker.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
Stick with his wife.
Okay.
I mean, I know that there's some dudes that do like that loud, obnoxious, type of chick. But I think that if if his wife is a good woman, like he says, and how she is, then he needs to quiet his ass down and stick with her, and not, go and mess up something great that he has for something that he's lusting after.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
That's it. All right, Chinky.
I say F that shit. Manage it. You can have multiple women. They all got different characteristics that you might like. So you got to manage that shit, man.
Okay.
You got to keep your wife, of course, because she's been holding you down for forever, right? But have fun with the lumpy chick, all right? Because she's loud and she's proud.
All right.
And we going to get down.
There you go. Ooh.
So that's that.
All right.
Rock Logic?
No, he's last.
It's Robin.
Oh, Robin. What do you got to say?
Nothing. I mean, he loves his wife. He's in a state of love with his wife. But I think he really can get his, let his hair down with the other chick.
Right. Until he marries her. And then he realized that he done fucked up.
Well, he's got to get to that point now, doesn't he? You make your choices, son.
That's right.
So, I mean, clearly, you're right. She's holding him down. He loves her. But I think he is in a place where he feels like he needs a little variety. I don't know about, it doesn't work.
But like
like the loud chick, I mean, she wears wigs. He don't know her wig, what it looked like underneath there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And he don't know, I don't know. Maybe he does know what she looked like naked. I don't know. She's loud, wears ridiculous wigs and contacts. So she's completely fake.
Yeah.
She's not even representing herself in a real way. So what is he really in love with? I think he just wants to let his freak out a little bit.
And like the great Nice and Smooth say, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, you know what? And also, if he needs to be talked out of ending his marriage, he should just leave. Right? I mean, ain't no victims, only volunteers here.
That's right.
So if he says, talk me out of ending my marriage for her, please. I'm so close to leaving, then leave.
That's it.
Let the woman find another man that's going to love her the way she needs to be loved, and you can go with the wig wearing, contact wearing chick.
Lumpy chick.
Yeah, so Rock, go ahead.
Bounce one time to the beat. Come on. Just bounce one time to the beat. Come on. I mean, I feel like this, right? And I'm going to hit the chat real quick. Dave says, the duality of man. These two women equal one woman to this dude. And that is true. That's actually a fact. That's what's going on. However, in a real world scenario, first of all, there's got to be some clarity in the situation. You don't actually love your wife, because if you need to be talked out of leaving your marriage, then guess what? You don't love your wife, right? If you're solid in your marriage and you love your wife, then you wouldn't have to be talked out of leaving, and you would take that as fun, right? The other girl would be fun, right? And then you would just kind of play it like that. I'm not saying that you should cheat on your wife, but I'm just saying the fact that you need to be talked out of your marriage means that your marriage isn't strong. That's what it means. You know what I'm saying? You're not always, in a marriage, you're not always happy with the person that you're with, but if your marriage is strong, then you deal with that, right? You deal with the covenant of that. So I just feel like you should probably leave your old lady, get with the bumpy chick, and then find out that the bumpy chick ain't shit. Because that's basically what you're going to find out. And then you won't be able to go back to your wife. You know what I'm saying? I get the flash, I get what you're seeing, I get all that stuff. But to me, with the other girl, you're talking about more of a lust vibe than an actual love vibe. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But if you want to damage your marriage over that, then you're gonna go down a real slippery slope on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. In other words, it can't always be. And I know when you're young, it's kind of hard to understand this, but it can't always be. Soon as you see the new shiny thing, that's the thing you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be that. But I'm imagining that he's a very young man, so this for him might be a little bit conflicting. So that's how I feel about that.
What are you going to do the chat? What's up with the chat?
Michelle, my bell says, "The evening again." What's up, Michelle? Michelle is back.
You're Michelle.
Word. Cool. So that's how I feel about that.
Oh, nothing in the chat?
Oh no. Oh, well, I read what Dave said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
So,
right, let's move on.
Yes, indeed.
I cheated at a strip club a few months ago. My woman found glitter and stains on my underwear.
Damn, nigga.
To earn her trust, I agreed to let her check my drawers before I come in the house.
Ooh, that's wild.
Tired of changing my underwear at the strip club before I get home. I'm not a child. Help!
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna let Gary take this first. I'm not even. That shit sound. No, go ahead. Just go. Go ahead. Just go. I'm not saying anything. He's tired of changing his drawers before he gets home from the strip club. Which
So
I got a lot of questions. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, clearly, she doesn't trust him, and he's continually breaking her trust. So he definitely is going to have to figure some shit out here, because I mean, he's continually breaking his wife's trust. Right?
Okay.
Right. So clearly there was the first time where she found glitter. Right, which is, yeah, that just sounds,
That giveaway?
that just sounds all weird, but yeah. So now for him to say he hates changing his underwear at the strip club before he goes home, you know, we got some problems here. This dude.
Okay.
I mean, so yeah, he's damn. I don't know how he's gonna. Yeah, I think he may just have to break up with his wife because I mean, like, she already doesn't trust him,
Right.
and she probably still has, and she probably still has vibes that something's still happening.
Right.
It is, yeah, because right, exactly. So yeah, I think he just needs to end it and go.
All right, Chinky, what's going on?
You know what? First of all, I've been in the strip club, and the glitter just don't be on your underwear. It be all over your face and your shirt and shit. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, if you gotta change your underwears before you came into your own house, you's a chump, nigga. You need to cut it out. Third of all, this motherfucker must have millions of pairs of underwears. You know what I'm saying? To keep changing them shits coming in the house, you gotta change your underwear. Like, you sound crazy.
Well, he's probably exchanging the glitter underwear with fresh underwear, so he's basically.
And where's the old underwear going?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? You throwing them out? Your wife probably do the laundry, so she gonna notice your new underwear anyway. So what the fuck is really going on?
You know how women are, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So like, you know, nigga,
You all fucked up.
stop. Word, yeah, you done.
No,
fucked
I mean,
up.
if she's checking his underwear, she has to see that they're new. Mm-hmm. Like, where'd you get
Exactly.
these from?
Right.
I ain't buy you these.
There you go.
Right.
See?
Come on now.
See?
What
She
are we
gonna
really
find
talking
mad
about?
receipts anyway. Okay. I don't know. Chinky, is that it?
Yeah, nigga, stop changing your underwear. Search
All right.
yourself. You a fucking man, nigga. Keep the same underwears on. Wash your ass and lay down with your wife, punk.
Well, first and foremost,
Because I got questions.
he admits that he cheated at a strip club a few months ago.
Problem one.
Okay.
Problem one, Gary, you never admit it?
Huh?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right. Okay. His woman found glitter and stains. It's not just glitter. She found some stains, probably some pre-cum
Oh shit.
on his in his underwear.
Crusty.
The crust. Okay. So he's saying to earn her trust.
You gotta get rid of that crust.
That's what's up. To earn her trust, get rid of the crust.
Word.
He agreed to let her check his drawers, right? But he claims he's not a child. So why even go through the process of changing your underwear every day? Well, wait a minute. How many times is he going to the strip club too?
Yeah, that sounds very frequent.
This nigga got mad drawers.
Yo.
Yeah, it doesn't say like the day. It says I agreed to let her check before I come in the house. Like even from work.
I'm not letting you in the house for a checking job.
What's going on?
This nigga got a trunk full of Hanes and shit.
Yo, I'm just thinking, is he outside with the door open when he turns the key in and she's like, let me see it. And you can't step inside. Like, he's outside?
Wipe your feet, nigga, and change your drawers.
Right.
And to what Gary was saying, if he has a problem where he can't stop going to the strip club, maybe he should fall in love with the stripper. Maybe he need to, get that out. Maybe he need to be on his own for a little while and just go to the strip club and spend all his money.
Take your wife to the strip club.
Nah, that's just gonna kill the crust. You can't get crusty if he takes his trust.
Are you niggas just coming up with this on the fly?
Yo, this shit's just coming. We getting downloads from the universe. You know
So
how
you're
it goes.
coming with the trust, the shit's a bust.
Oh, shit.
So Rob,
It's a double entendre, Rob.
Okay,
You caught that, Robbie?
What?
You come in with the yeah, he's good. This guy's good.
Yeah, you come with the crust.
Yeah.
Shit's a bust.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what do you say?
I'm gonna hit the chat room first. So in the chat
Okay.
room, here's where we go. Anthony Tone says, "Clean your ass, no mud butt. You're too grown for that." Old Terrio says she should just go with him to the strip club and relax and have fun, and he needs to man up and stop having to get his drawers checked
Maybe she has some glitter on her drawers.
at the door check, right? Or don't cheat at the strip club. Cheat at work. Oh, okay, there you go. Let's see. Have so missed you all. Yes, Michelle, it's good that we're back. He said, y'all on the roll. Yo, we on the roll. That's what Tasha says. So, all right. So let's deal with this, all right? Because
All right,
I
let's
think
go.
we've glazed over one part.
Okay.
Because I've been to a strip club too, right?
Okay.
And I get the glitter on the face. What the fuck are you doing that you got glitter and stains in your drawers? So that means you fucking the strippers,
Yes.
right? This is what you're doing.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So that's a problem, bro. Like, you're doing too much. Like, why can't you just keep your drawers on, get the lap dance, right? And then maybe wash your face off the glitter or something like that. Why you got to stick your dick in the stripper? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to do that, right? The fact that you have to do that means that you really should not be with your wife. Like, you need to hang that whole shit up. You know what I'm saying? Man up and leave, right? Because you're fucking goofy, bro. And you just keep going to the strip club over and over and over again.
You know how much money he's spending?
Exactly.
Especially on top of that, he got to buy clothes.
The economic impact on your household is phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Listen, I want to know the brand of underwear that you wear so I can invest stock, right? Because you keeping Fruit of the Loom alive right now.
You know?
Or Hanes or whatever you
Yeah, with the
rocking.
3-pack.
Yeah,
Right.
you're getting the cheap shit, most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
It
yeah.
ain't
Get the
polo.
3-pack.
Yeah,
Telling you that.
I want that motherfucking bread, nigga, because you
Yeah.
bugging right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the fact that he's doing that, once again, it's a bad marriage, right? And his old lady doesn't have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? And you're with strippers, which is really fucking crazy. So why are you? And then where's the value in your actual relationship that you would? I mean, if okay.
You will allow this glitter to be in your pelvic area.
In your drawers. So that
Not on
also
his
means,
pants.
Right.
Not on his pants.
In his
Right?
drawers.
So
right?
wait a minute,
So it
does-
ain't even a lap dance.
So is he removing his pants?
Yes. How's it getting on his drawers on the inside?
That's
Exactly.
true. But
Right?
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then how's the stain getting on the inside?
That's true. So he's just like bare-assed?
My man is raw dogging it. That's what's happening.
That's not good.
So now you
Yikes.
raw dogging it with a stranger, and then you going home to your wife. I'm sorry. She got a right to be mad at your ass, motherfucker. You lucky she's only saying, I'm going to check your drawers. She should break the fuck out because you might kill her one day. Right? And if you have an infatuation with the strippers, then you know what? Man up, enjoy that. Leave your old lady, get with the strippers, and call it a fucking day. That's
Right.
all I'm
Live
saying
your
about
life.
that. Live your life.
That's
nigga.
right.
Right. There
Have
you
your
go.
fun.
That's for you. There you go. All right. Next. I'm a recovering heroin addict.
This starts out great.
I met a one-night stand at the only methadone clinic. I must go to the clinic every day, and she's always there and wants sex. Her sex is awful. I decline, but she causes a scene until I agree. I've been having bad sex for months. Help.
We're going to
Gary.
this one, Gary. Go ahead. Yeah, I got it. This is crazy. Wow. Do these people exist?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I think they do.
No, yeah, I've seen him.
Okay, so he goes to his methadone clinic and he had sex with the chick.
Right.
A one-night stand.
A one-night stand.
Who's also a heroin addict, by the way.
Yeah. So the first night was good?
No.
And the rest? Oh, so it was all bad.
Yeah, it's been bad since day one.
Oh, damn. Stop. Go to the fucking clinic.
He's got to go.
Well, find a different clinic.
Yeah, find a new clinic, nigga.
Find a new clinic.
Go to another town.
Yeah, some shit.
Right. Go to another town, find a new clinic.
Bro, and then what did you, like, you know how the heroin addict chick looks? Like, what did you doing, bro? I'm just saying.
Well, he was on heroin too.
Yeah.
Still.
And they probably got humpbacks and shit.
Oh my God.
You know that heroin bends you over, boy, after a while.
You get the bends.
I just want to say this. Michelle said, back to the other one, is her face was in his undies. Laugh out loud. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You know what? Possibility blowjob.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Glitter, blowjob, makeup, stain.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
That's not an unreasonable. Yeah, thank you, Michelle.
Hey. Well, these are stains that clearly Tide can't get out. So
Okay.
And Anthony says the goat in the Bronx, stand up. Yeah, big shout out to the goat in the Bronx.
there you go.
That was absolutely a wild spot. Yeah. So, go ahead. Yeah, we're still
Chinky.
dealing with this. I just had to read the chat.
There you go.
I don't know, man. This sounds crazy. Like, you know, once an addict, always an addict. So it sounds like to me, this nigga's addicted to whack sex. You gonna keep messing with her and blah blah blah. You bullshitting, man.
Right.
You like that shit. All right.
Okay.
You replaced your heroin with whack sex. All right.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? So find some good pussy and stop fucking around.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Get addicted to that shit.
Ooh.
Fucking with Chinky on that one.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
Stop fucking around.
Yeah, all right.
Chinks is heavy right now.
No.
on, man.
Jinx is going in, and I love it.
Listen.
Okay.
It's on you, Robbie.
All right. So here's the deal. They both fucked up. Okay? They all went to the same place where all the fucked up people in the town go. And like all fucked up people, they hook up.
They fucking up.
That's where the problems start. Since she always but he said it was a one-night stand, and then he says, I've been having bad sex for months. But how does she cause a scene? What does she do? Well, how does a person cause a scene when they want sex? How do you...
She's probably
Give
young
me
and
some dick!
Yeah.
Give me some dick!
Word.
Give it to me now!
There you
I'm
go.
gonna tell everybody. I'm
Right.
gonna go back on that China White. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna chase that dragon if you don't give me that dick.
Call Bumpy Johnson.
Yo.
I need the doochie.
Like, I need the dick. I need it now. I don't know.
You know, that's actually interesting. He might feel obligated to help this person by giving her dick.
Right, she's
you
like,
know?
if you don't give me that
I'm
dick,
gonna shoot up again, asshole.
I got the itch.
Right.
I can't get it out my system. Help me. Give me some dick. Okay, so he's obligated to help her because he's what's it called? Toxic bond? It's toxic bonding.
Toxic bondage.
Yeah, so
They're tied by the syringe.
Okay. So based on what I'm hearing, right, that the sex is just terrible, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, right, because I've got my own movie going on. Maybe you should try having sex with her when she's not on the heroin, right? Because she's probably nodded out and she's just laying on the bed, right? And he's fucking her high, right? Even methadone gets you high,
Right.
right? So if you're humping her down when she's high and she's just laying there, then
terrible.
basically you're fucking a dead person, right? She's not participating. She's on a methadone ride, right? Synthetic heroin. And then why don't you try it with, like, do it before you guys go to the clinic. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's try that.
And then enjoy your high together.
But they too busy trying to get the methadone.
Right.
That they don't even want to consider having sex until after they have it.
Right. So your shit's all fucked up. You go to the methadone clinic, y'all get shot. You shoot up or you smoke it or whatever you do. And then you mad because she's fucking just laying there. Isn't that what methadone does?
Yeah. And also, are they having sex at the methadone clinic?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Wow.
And even with that, she's doggy style with her face in the toilet, right? And he's got to put a scuba fucking gear so she don't drown in the toilet, or he has to keep flushing it, right? So she can get it. Like, that shit is ridiculous. Apparently, you're having sex while she's high. That's why.
And he's high too. Though.
And he's high too.
How is he getting it up?
Well, I mean, maybe he can perform like that.
Wow.
Or, hold on, maybe she don't even know that she's getting bad sex. She's so high, she thinks she's getting the dope dick when she's actually getting the dope dick.
Yeah, she getting dope dick. She's getting dope dick. Dope dick.
She's getting dope dick.
Yeah.
So in her mind, she's thinking this is dope dick. No,
Right.
it's dope dick.
No, it's full of dope.
Right, full of dope dick.
Full of
right?
dope.
So I think that maybe this could be the problem in this relationship.
All
I
right.
think the drugs are the problem.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say with that. All right.
That's right.
Dave says, just say no. You know? I agree with that shit, Dave. Just say no.
Just
Fuck.
say no. Just say no.
Drugs.
Alright.
We got drugs.
All right.
All right, I'm ready. What's next?
Okay. Next. We're black with 2 kids, but my boyfriend only recognizes my son because my daughter looks mixed. My ex is Italian, but when I calculate my pregnancy, there's only a small chance that my daughter isn't my boyfriend's. How to make him step up and claim her without a DNA test?
Wow. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You need a DNA test.
Maury,
Exactly.
Miss Maury.
Exactly.
you are not the father. Go ahead, Gary.
Go, Gary.
If the the boyfriend is smart, he's gonna want a DNA test. Like any smart guy is gonna want a DNA test.
Right.
Especially if he's questioning, like, hey, that doesn't. I mean, I know things happen, but hey,
Right.
if he's feeling that that's not his, then he's gonna want a DNA test.
True.
You can't. There's no way around that.
That's true. All right. Go ahead, Chinky. What you got to say?
You know, with the technology nowadays,
Do a little
you
swab.
can swab,
Yeah,
right?
a little forensics.
You know, and
Chink swab.
incognito, exactly. You know, you do that, and then shorty don't even gotta know, and then you move accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
Ah.
You get the results
Right.
if it is or if it ain't.
Right,
You know, and
right.
you apply that knowledge. You know what
I
I'm saying?
hear you.
And that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, yeah. I think for me, what stood out was she said, when I calculate my pregnancy, there's only a small chance.
So she's doubting it herself.
So she already know the deal.
You know the deal. Yeah.
And so does he, because let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of Maury shows, okay? And the one consistent thing that men say when they doubt the paternity of the kids is I can't bond with the kid.
It's in the blood.
Right. They say I can't bond with this kid. This kid don't feel like mine.
Ooh.
So they know, like in their marrow,
Right.
that the kid, something wrong here. This ain't my kid because we ain't got no traits in common. We can't click. None of that.
Not feeling
But
it.
for her to say there's a small chance, bitch, the small chance is the chance your boyfriend ain't that kid's father. Okay?
You are not the father.
You are not
Now,
the pappy.
why would she want him to step up and claim the kid and not take a DNA test is beyond me.
Ooh, that was interesting. I missed that part.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Because she know.
She
the
knows.
deal.
She knows what it is.
Yeah, so that's my take on it. Rock,
All right, so let's talk.
let's talk.
First order of business, right? She already knows that that's not his kid.
Right.
That's one. Two, as the father of many children, right? Whether I was involved with them or not, spiritually, once we were together, I knew it. I could see it, They act like me. They talk like me. They have the same ideology. I know what they're gonna say before they even say it, right? And even with my son, big shout out to Zach, you know, who I wasn't with when he was growing up. When we got together when he was about 27 years old, right? He didn't live in New York. And just listening to how he grew up, he did everything that I did as a kid. He was riding motorcycles. He was doing all these things. We had the same interests. So we had a common spiritual bond, right? So that shit you talking about is real.
That's right.
It's very, very real. So the next thing, she's scandalous, right? She's scandalous. Bitch, you know it ain't your kid. It's not
Right.
You both black and you got a light-skinned kid. Wait, generational? I mean, what are we saying? And then he's got Italian features and shit? Like, come on now.
It's so obvious.
A mixed kid looks very different than a pure black child.
Right.
Right? So he knows it ain't his either. Now, from what I think she should do, and this is what I think. I think they should, number one, go ahead and get the DNA test, right? And stop being scandalous, because bitch, you scandalous, right? And maybe put it on the table,
Right.
and entrust in your husband that maybe he might just raise this child as his own, that he might love the sanctity of the marriage and the family enough to go, you know what? All right, you fucked up, shit is whack, but I'm gonna raise this kid as my own child, right? Which I've seen that done. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that done. You know what I'm saying? My oldest sister was not my father's daughter. You know what I'm saying? And not that my mom had cheated, but at the time when they were together in the 50s, my mom was a teenage pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
Right? So back then, you know, that was just totally taboo. You know, you went down south and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but my father loved my mother enough to go, you know what? I'll take you and your daughter, and then we're going to create a family, right? I didn't know that my sister wasn't my full sister.
Got it.
Until I was an adult.
Wow.
Like, I was like straight up, I was like almost 20 years old.
Wow.
You know, I knew that there was something different, right? But I just didn't know. I couldn't see it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was so tight with my sister. So I think that she should stop trying to live in the shadows and live in the truth and then deal with the result. The result isn't always negative. She might be pleasantly surprised. Like the dude might be like, you know what, you fucked up. Don't do it again, right? First time, shame on me, right? But for her to attempt to keep this farce going,
Right.
and that's the biggest problem, right?
Right.
She wants
The lie.
She wants to perpetuate the lie.
Right.
This is your kid. This is your kid.
Right.
Because guess what? One day the Italian guy might come back,
Oh, he probably knows.
or he probably knows, right?
Probably knows.
Now he comes back and he goes, you know, oh, we're going to see. It's my daughter, right?
Right.
And then the whole shit is blown.
Right.
So I think she's not looking that far down the football field. You know, prepare for it, see what happens. If he leaves, he leaves. It is what it is. But if he doesn't leave and he stays, then at least if the real father comes, it's going to be a different vibe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that seems like that's a very strong possibility.
Yes.
So what I would say to her is stop living the lie. You're continuing to live a lie.
Right.
That shit is fucking ridiculous. And then
Right.
you want your man to be down with the fucking lie.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And that's bullshit. So that's all I'm saying about that.
Let me just add.
Oh, there it is. Hold on. There you go. Dave says she's for the streets.
She's for
no
the
doubt.
streets.
Yeah, yeah.
She's for the
yeah.
streets.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Embrace the Grace says paternity fraud at its best.
Yes.
Without a doubt. Who the hell is going to put up with bad sex again and again and again? Apparently a drug addict.
The dope dick.
The dope dick. You know, it was a dope mind, dope dick. That's what happened.
Okay. Good.
And paternity fraud is at its best. So
All
that's
right.
how I feel about that.
So, also, I'm questioning why she doesn't want to get the DNA test done. What is, like, I think there's money involved here. I think she's dependent on this dude to take care of both kids.
Right.
So if he leaves after he finds out one of the kids isn't his, then there's going to be some money she ain't getting for that other kid.
Right.
So I think she's like, well,
Then
instead
go
of
to the real daddy.
well, maybe the real daddy's family may not accept this,
Could be.
you know?
But she can still go to child support for both of the kids.
And he probably was thinking, I'll just hit her up because she's got a man and we weren't really into it like that. Maybe she, you know, maybe they were fuck buddies
That
or
kind of
something,
sounds like that.
right?
Yeah, because it sounded like she had the kid while they were married anyway.
Well, they didn't say we're married.
Oh, it's a boyfriend, girl.
Her boyfriend.
Okay.
And even if he does find out if the daughter is not his, she says, we're black with 2 kids, but my boyfriend only recognizes my son,
Right.
the black kid.
Correct. 'Cause
He
that's
will
his
not,
kid.
right.
Yeah.
So if he takes the DNA test, which he should do,
Right.
he should take it. And if he doesn't recognize the daughter, then he's got to either take care of her or leave.
Right. That's it. And that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
Yeah, because it is
all you
it
can
is it is fraud.
yeah,
it's fraud.
It's totally fraud. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised
And
men can't sue women for that. They
you
should.
should be able to.
Should be able to.
Yeah, that kind of shit is terrible. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he needs to do with that.
Okay.
Yes. Who do you got? What's next?
All right. Last,
All right.
I dumped my wife after 6 months because she was a hoarder. House had old clothes, rodents, etc. She used a wheelchair that she didn't need. After I left her for my girlfriend,
Okay.
she called her social worker and authorities who makes me clean her house and care for her. Help.
What?
I'm super fucked up over that. What?
Okay, I'll read it again.
Yes.
The authorities?
please.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Hold on.
please. You got to go again. I'm sorry.
I'm going to read it slow
Yeah.
for the kids in the back.
Yes.
I dumped my wife
'Cause I'm in special ed right now.
after 6 months.
Okay.
She was a hoarder. House had old clothes, rodents, everything. She used a wheelchair that she didn't even need. After I left her for my girlfriend, she called her social worker and authorities who makes me clean her house and care for her. Help.
Back to you, Gary. This shit is crazy.
Okay, yeah, this is so.
These people actually exist. All right, go ahead.
I don't think so.
I think they do.
So
You saw that Steve Luco show?
Steve Wilkos?
Yeah.
I watch it every day.
Yeah, them niggas exist too.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Go ahead.
So okay, so
Talking to the mic.
his wife of 6 months. So clearly,
Oh, he dumped his wife after 6 months.
Af-
That's right.
after 6 months. So didn't he? So before he married her,
Right?
didn't he know that she's a fucking hoarder?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Like, why would people marry
Why-
someone that fast if they don't really know how they live?
Yeah, I mean, you don't jump into I mean, some people do, but I mean, you don't jump into a marriage
Right?
like inside of 6 months or stuff like so. After 6 months, he dumps her. Well, prior to that, they would have, he should have known that she was a hoarder,
Right.
or even something like that, where it's like, you know what? Yeah, nah, I'm not doing this shit.
Right.
But to marry her and to get into that, I'm like, come on, man, he had to know.
Okay.
He had to know.
I don't know. Maybe she put him in one room in the house when he would come over and visit, and it would be all clean.
Nah.
And then the rest of the house is kind of like fucked up. And then when he got married to her, he saw the rest of the
That's
house.
crazy. I'm just crazy. That's
That's
just
what
crazy.
I'm saying.
That's just crazy. But yeah, he should have known beforehand. Right?
True.
Yeah, man.
He should have known beforehand. So that's where I'm at with it.
All right.
He should have known beforehand.
Okay. So I'm wondering. Oh, go ahead, Chinks.
No, continue.
Nah,
Please.
no. I'm gonna wait for you. I'm wait
So
for you.
I don't really have much to say. I could say what you were saying, Robbie. Right? I think you were saying that maybe she invited him over and didn't show him the rest of the house. Right?
Right.
I could relate because I had a girl like that. Right? I've been in the house a couple times. We chill in her room or whatever. But I'm like, yo, you got a dope room or whatever. I want to see the rest of the spot.
Right.
Right? So her door, her living room has a door. So you have to walk through a door to get to her living room.
Okay.
So one day I'm saying, yeah, I want to see your living room. So, and she stopped me abruptly. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you don't want me to see the rest of your house? I want to see a tour. I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? I want to see where you live, how you get down.
Right.
She's like, no, you can't see it. You can't say it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on. That's that sounds like a mental illness to me. That hoarding shit, I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? That I can't think in a cluttered place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And then she's using a wheelchair that she doesn't even need. Like, push that bitch down the chair. Push that bitch down the stairs. Make her really need a wheelchair.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck the bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
But something's wrong with him too.
right. He's over here answering the calls from the social worker and going to do what they say and clean the house.
He didn't divorce his wife. He left her,
Right.
which legally means that if she's sick of some type of way,
Right, through sickness and health.
he may still be liable to taking care of her.
Okay.
Like she could be like schizophrenic. You don't know. He probably
Right.
didn't know. But he's too once he signed those papers, she called Social Security, man. And she had old clothes, rodents. You didn't see that shit before?
That
dude?
nigga got pets.
Which sounds like he moved in with her.
Right. That's not a man.
Right. So he was with her for 6 months. No, he was married to her. After 6 months, he left her for his girlfriend. Okay? And she bugged out, the wife, and was like, you can't leave me. I'm going to make sure you come and clean this shit. You don't like it? Clean it.
I'm in a wheelchair, nigga.
But you going to stay here and take care of me.
and these rats.
Right.
Oh, man.
And all my pets.
All my pets.
Ben, the 8 of us need look no more. Yeah, so basically, I think she was bitter. First, she's crazy. Then she got bitter when he found out that she ain't the person he married. She got her revenge. So she was like, I'm sick and I'm sorry to tell you, I'm kind of crazy. So let me call my social worker and the police and tell them that you did this to me. So you got to clean it. So that is the end, Rock.
Okay. Here it is. All right. Here's the deal. What's up, my man Jazzy G in the house? He said, salute the champions here. Big shout out to my man Jazzy G.
You're
The Scratch Masters in the house. All right, so let me just deal with that bullshit. All right, first of all, the fact that the bitch had a social worker, she was crazy before that.
Right.
All right, you don't just go crazy and get a social worker. She was already a problem when you married her. She was already in the system already when you got with her, whether you knew it or not. That's number one. Two, if she's mentally disabled, right, you truthfully don't have any obligation to clean the shit up at all.
Right.
You can simply go, listen, because you do have that power, right? She is mentally disabled.
Right.
She's unable to care for herself.
Right.
She needs to be institutionalized.
Right.
Right?
She cannot perform activities of daily living.
That's
right.
So you can easily do that because the truth of the matter is you can almost institutionalize anybody if you have you have minimal proof.
True.
And institutionalize somebody. So the fact that you're going over there and doing that shit, nigga, you torturing yourself. That's number one. Two, jackass, you moved into her apartment.
Stupid.
So you got to deal with the fact of what the fuck she is. Because you can't tell me that you guys found a place, got married, and then this shit fucking happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like you're blaming everything on her.
Right.
As if it's her place.
Right. Right.
Which means it wasn't your place.
Right.
Right?
It didn't just pile up in 6 months.
Right.
It was already there.
Right. She didn't just start hoarding it.
She made a fort.
Hoarding is a skill, nigga. Like,
Right.
That's a period of time.
Yeah. A long period.
A long period of time for that to happen. You
Right.
know? So, kudos to you for getting out of the situation. And
I don't think he's out of it.
well, no. I mean, he moved on relationship-wise or attempted to.
You imagine what his new girlfriend has to deal with?
Right. That, like, has she seen that shit? Because I got to say something. You know what I'm saying? When she goes to see where you lived with her, and then she know this bitch is off too, she's starting to question your judgment, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah.
like what's happening with you that you didn't realize that this was the situation in that situation. So I'm only gonna say,
Well-
yeah, he got bamboozled. That's what's happening.
Well,
And I think he
Did
did
he?
too. I think now I got to go on the other side of the coin. Maybe kind of like a chick situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She kept it easy, and then they got married, and then she just bugged all the way out. But
I'm smarter than that, Rocco.
Right.
I'm not marrying that bitch.
right, but a crazy person is crazy already, and you already know that.
right.
She was crazy long before y'all got married.
Well,
She
they'd
was-
only been married 6 months.
right, but they dated before that.
I don't know.
They had to. They didn't just
Maybe it
get
was an
married.
online thing.
I mean, hold on. You gotta put the pause for that.
Maybe it was an online thing.
Maybe they're from 2 different states.
All right, now let's put that together.
Oh.
All right, here you go. And that is
How
the
does
problem.
that work?
And you know what? She's right. Listen, it could have been online, right? This happens all the time, right? People fall in love online. They get together, and then they probably got married someplace else, right? Like, all right, boo, we're gonna go to Vegas, we're gonna get married and all that, right?
Yep.
And she was normal online. I think this is actually more feasible. Right? Yeah, because how
can
can
see
you
it
get
now.
fucked up? Yeah, now I can really
Yeah.
see it. I'm feeling the vision here, right? Oh, the movie's crazy right now. So then he moves in with her and is like, what the fuck is going on? Hung with it
For 6
for 6 months and then bounced.
I think too.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'm saying if he's moving in with her, even if they dated online, the nigga's homeless. Okay? And he probably has a scam that he does with online dating where he dates multiple women.
Right.
And
'cause
she
he
was
has a-
probably, because she's crazy, she fell hard. Right? Sorry about that.
And so did he.
No, I think he knew he had a fish
Right,
because that's what he's looking for because he's homeless.
right.
So he's probably running game online
Got him a place to live.
Right. He met chick, but didn't realize her medicine cabinet was full.
Right. This bitch has mad psychotics, mad narcotic psychotics
You know
and
what I'm
fucking
saying?
shit.
That's what I think. That's my
You know
take.
what?
That's my take.
That sounds a lot more feasible. Because
Okay.
if it was a traditional relationship, then that really couldn't have happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like
That
he
sounds
was
like dope dick,
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. He was scamming out.
I think he was scamming and you know he thought he got a big fish
Yeah.
and he didn't know the bitch was nuts.
Right.
So
yeah.
now he's her maid.
Right. Yeah, he was scamming. He was scamming, thought he was jamming. Now the shit's over.
Now I wonder if his girlfriend's gonna come help him clean his wife's house.
Right. Who's the other chick he was catfishing?
Probably so.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we put this mystery together.
Hang around for Scooby Doo. That's my pal. Yeah, anyway. All right.
Together, people.
All right. So this is outside of the relationship.
Realm.
I titled this because I think it's a African proverb. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But when you plot revenge, you must dig 2 graves, right? And the only reason why I put that in our chat was this title and this title alone. Adidas says dropping Kanye West could cost it more than $1 billion in sales. So Kanye lost billions, but so did they.
Word.
So I'm wondering, I mean, they're worth like 40, how much?
No, they're like 25 billion.
Yeah. I mean, even still, they really depend on their stocks,
Right.
right? This is not a private company. This is a public company.
right.
So any hit that they take as far as sales is concerned actually worries investors, right?
Yeah, sure.
So,
And $1 billion is it's a lot
Right.
of bread. I'd be concerned if I was.
well, yeah, it's like 4% of their
Yeah, but they
but companies, you got to remember, 4% companies will cut part of their staff for that type of number.
Yeah, they would.
But
Yeah.
I think that, with a company like Adidas and as big as they are, I mean, yes, to a lot of people, $1 billion is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But they have other deals that they've done with people like Beyonce and a few others. But also the losses, they could spread it out.
Right.
They could spread it out, so they're not going to be hurt that bad.
Yeah.
But the fact that you said they're not going to be hurt is kind of the point of the proverb, right? They are a little bit hurt.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's not, but
It's $1 billion hurt.
Yeah,
and listen, he didn't put him out of business. But he did change the trajectory a little bit.
Well, he did.
The
Well,
profit trajectory.
I think that I would say the angle I would look at it is that Kanye West being hip hop, look at the impact, right?
Right, because he was their biggest,
Right. Whether you like him or not, look at the impact that he had with
And his
$20 billion,
influence. His influence,
a $20 billion company.
Yeah.
So that's something to talk about. Like that I think that is major now, where they have to release a statement like this, like, yo, this is gonna cost,
Right.
Yeah.
dropping them cost, it's
Cost
gonna
us
cost
$1 billion.
Well, it could have cost them more, you think, if he'd have
But I'm
stayed
just-
on? You think it would have cost them more? Like,
Well,
would they have lost
they would've-
more?
Yeah, they would have.
So they might have cut their losses.
They would have.
I think that's what this is all
I
about.
think the billion that they losing now is a lot better than investor. Like, the last thing you want is some of your biggest investors, start. I don't want to say fighting, but it's like, look, y'all need to change direction.
Right.
Because when you got, let's say 2 or 3 top investors that
Yeah.
hold the top shares,
Yeah.
they got a lot to say.
Yeah, that's true.
And if they're like, yo, get rid of this motherfucker,
Right.
he gotta go.
Right. Especially if your brand is tied to
Right.
someone who is, like marked as an anti-Semite
Yeah,
or
so I
bigot
think-
or racist.
Yeah, there was a lot
So
going on.
I
Yeah.
think
So
the $1 billion that them losing I think that's I'd rather them lose this
Yes.
than you have some of these activist investors that'll come up and really could really hurt the company or oust,
True.
So shit can get real crazy.
well, they had to make a statement
Yeah,
because
but
people are checking their stock. So they,
but for Kanye, I think that this is history here, because there's no other hip hop artist made some shit like this happen.
Had that
Right.
effect.
Right? Had that effect on a global $20 billion company, though. So
Yeah.
I think that's a story in itself.
And I also think too that any person of color, black person who is looking to, I guess, partner
Yeah.
with a company like Adidas, they got to know they're going to be gagged, right? Like this is, it may be they're tied to something where they can't express themselves. I mean, we talking about Kanye, but I'm just saying like basketball players.
Right.
Like Kyrie Irving went through the same type of
Yeah.
deal. Didn't he lose a Nike
Yeah.
sponsorship
Yeah,
or
he
something
lost
like that?
Yeah.
So they had to cut their losses, or they would have lost big. So $1 billion to $25 billion is not that
Right. It's
not that
crazy.
much.
But I will say this, and you have to recognize something, that when you sign these deals, and I think Robin made a point, you are basically gagged from freedom of speech.
Right.
Right? You no longer have that option to have freedom of speech. And there's a line that you have to walk, right? Which I think, to me, is simply a different form of the shutdown and slavery when you gag an influential person, right? Like, by money, right? Like, for instance, Al Sharpton is gagged, right? He'll say some stuff, but he ain't really gonna say no shit because he's gagged, right? He's not independently wealthy. He's dependently wealthy on CSNBC. You know what I'm saying, right? Farrakhan is independently wealthy.
Right.
So he can say whatever he wants to say because
True.
it's his money. He's a made man. You know what I'm saying? So I think what we have to recognize and what we have to realize is that when we as a people or anybody when you sign that deal, that's a deal with the devil, really, right? And if you got something to say, like it's so bad that you can't even say something in protest of your own people if you see something going wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Look at Colin Kaepernick, right? He got kicked out of the NFL because of the deal with the devil, right? When his protest was 100% right. But he wasn't supposed to do that because you're a representative of the NFL who is also, 85% black in terms of the playership? And you can't speak out against police violence on black people. And it ain't no new fucking issue. It ain't like it was a new issue. This shit been going on. So the dude stands up and then he gets kicked out and now has become independently wealthy, by the way.
Absolutely.
From him doing his Netflix stuff and all the other things. So now he can say what he wants to say. He got a show on Netflix now about some black shit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right? So what entertainers have to understand is if you're making your own money, you want to maintain your sovereignty. Your sovereignty is everything.
Is there such a thing without making money, though?
Well,
Yeah, of course there is. I mean, Farrakhan makes money. You know what I'm saying? Kaepernick makes money, right? And Al Sharpton made money, right? He made money before he was on MSNBC when he just had Nan.
Yeah.
Right? It's the sellout part, and I want to say like sellout in a negative sense, but it's that part where you take the big check from the guys that control the media. When you take the big check from the guys that can stop you from speaking, right? That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So now you're going to be curbed in your speech. Kanye showed us something.
Yep, he did.
He showed us something. He maintained sovereignty in terms of how he felt about things and said a bunch of wacky shit. But then you saw how he could easily be destroyed.
Right.
And brought down.
In such a quick period of time.
Quickly,
Yeah.
where Banks wasn't doing business with him and all that stuff. So that's kind of, the problem I have with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that, so to your points, I think that, with these major entertainers and celebrities that go into these huge deals, yes, it's the contracts that they go into. And I think that, contract is about negotiation.
Hold on for 1 second, Gary. I just want to read the chat room and just acknowledge them because that shit set the whole shit off.
Okay.
Dave is like, they own you. They own you if you want that contract.
Right.
Shut up and play, boy.
Yep. Yep.
Rebuffy 3611 says he is carrying the responsibility of the image of himself and the company he is signed with. Adidas won't take that risk, and it is only fair. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
And Rebuffy says he came across half as making sense and half as bipolar, which was 100%. I said
That's
that
true.
all day.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gary.
So, with these artists and entertainers and sports figures that's getting into these huge contracts, it's about contract negotiation.
Yeah.
Right. And in a lot of their and here's the interesting thing, a lot of these artists and sports figures, they get signed young.
Yes.
Right. So I don't believe, like, they don't really know any better. Right. And they have people around him that's not really telling them what they're supposed to know.
Right.
So they only want their fee.
True.
Right. Of negotiating a big major deal.
Okay.
Now, on the other end, just recently, Jay-Z just closed his deal with Bacardi, where they're buying out Douce for $750 million.
I thought that they already owned it.
No, they didn't own it. No.
Okay. Because I know that there was a dispute.
They were in court.
Yeah, because from what I read, and I have to maybe clarify if someone can clarify it for me, but I think it was about the quality of the liquor and the price point. They wanted to know why it wasn't worth more money. Why were they undercutting the profit margin for the actual liquor? They were actually selling it at a lower price point, and I mean for the quality of liquor that was.
Well, also, Jay's issue with them was that for what's being sold, and it's kind of like back in the days with the music industry with the CDs and stuff like that. Jay is like, yo, let me see the books.
Yeah.
Let me see the books on what's going out. Bacardi is like, well, you know, here we can show you this part, but not that part. Right. So Jay is like, wait a minute, nah, man, and they weren't caught for quite a while, and Jay had the money to, to fight them, to fight them, and now, you know, the valuation that he had in the beginning, there was like $1 billion,
right?
Apparently, as of 3 days ago, now it's like they agreed on $750 million.
Wow.
So now with Jay, that plus what he has now, he as far as a billionaire,
he's $2 billion now,
in
right?
liquidity.
Yeah,
he's there.
He's $2 billion.
He's there. He's there, right?
Okay. There you go. One more thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, because you know, I'm actually like obsessed with George Santos. Right? I'm obsessed with this dude. I'm obsessed with this guy, and then I find out I got a new obsession. There is a female George Santos. Her name is representative from Florida. Her name is Anna Paulina Luna.
I saw that today. Yes.
Says she claims she grew up poor and isolated with her father in and out of prison, was not supported by prison records or two relatives who spoke with the Washington Post. When she served at Whiteman Air Force Base a decade ago, she described herself to friends as alternatively Middle Eastern Jewish or Eastern European. She identified as a white Democrat in voting records, but after she entered politics in 2019, she legally changed her last name to Mayer Hoffer to her Hispanic mother's family name of Luna and began identifying as Hispanic. Her claim to have Messianic Jewish father was also disputed by three relatives, and immigration records indicated that her paternal grandfather was a reluctant soldier in the Nazi regime.
Oh wow.
Well, at least he was reluctant.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Like you could say, like, I really don't want to. I really don't.
Right.
You know, but do I have to? Huh? Do I have to?
Just get in the oven, please. Just, I don't really want to do it.
Right. I'll hold your hand.
Please.
I won't kick you in.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I'm reluctant.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a female George Santos, and I'm wondering.
Big shout out.
You know, learning this, and I think she.
I'm gonna run.
I think she obscured her identity because, you know, her grandfather was a Nazi or maybe a great-grandfather.
Right.
However, it begs the question, why aren't these Congress people getting screened?
You would think that
They would get
should.
vetted, yeah.
You would think that they should.
I mean, listen, I'm a layperson, but I got to take certifications every 6 months for, you know, whatever at my job. And I mean, that's just to keep the job.
Right.
Why aren't these, even if they were, okay, let's just say, maybe if they were, they got to a certain level where they got voted in. Mm-hmm. There should be some sort of process where after 30 days, they can invalidate the vote if they turned out to be a fraud.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right? And I mean, shame on those people in Long Island and Queens that voted for George Santos. I mean, I'd have to like really, they needed their head examined. But
see, here's the thing.
Super duped.
As you said, there needs to be a vetting process, right? And I think that there should have been something in place, but in that, we used to have independent journalism. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And a lot of these independent journalists used to go out and find shit.
Right.
Right. And so you would have known about, okay, this person is a piece of shit.
Right.
Because all the major networks, if you go back and look, or I should say all the major news outlets, they gutted their independent journalism. So you have to go to like these nonprofits
Right.
that really go and do
Right.
the research and show you who's who.
Right.
Which is probably who busted him, by the way.
Right. More times than not, it's them.
Yeah.
More times because, all the major networks.
Fox wouldn't have done that.
But
No.
This what I'm saying. All the major networks are publicly traded, are part
That's
of
tr-
publicly
that is
traded
true.
corporations. They got a business to run.
And they're probably giving kickbacks to the politicians in the
Right.
first place to keep their names out of bad stories.
Right. And shareholder value comes first.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas these nonprofit media, they don't,
Right.
they're not beholden to anybody like that.
Yeah,
I mean, in the
go ahead.
chat, I just want to say, Reed Buffy says yes, like Geraldo. Geraldo was always rogue. He was always rogue. Yeah, we need Geraldo back. We
Well,
need
like,
more Geraldos.
Look at Frontline on PBS.
Yeah.
Independent.
Frontline is awesome.
Yeah.
Frontline is awesome.
Or Vice. I like Vice.
Vice is good too. Yeah.
I like Vice.
Independent.
But when you have independent media outlets like that, you get the real stories.
True.
You get the real stories.
True. Yeah.
Right? And I think that's you see who's who and what's really going on. And with Frontline, look at the major donors that they get money from the Koch brothers,
Yeah.
and they still
Independent.
Right. So I'm just saying it's when you deal with independent media, independent journalism, you get the real stories. These news outlets that's part of these major multi-million-dollar publicly traded corporations.
Right.
I'm just telling you, I'm enjoying the fact that that these people are able to penetrate the system and dupe the system like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad it's Republicans, by the way. I'm having a great time with that because they're so tribal, right? That they accept anything. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Herschel Walker was running. That's accepting anything. You know what I'm saying?
Like where'd he go?
Right. Poof, this nigga's gone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We don't even hear about Herschel Walker anymore. Republicans kicked him to the curb when he didn't win.
Well, he was
So
reason.
I enjoy watching that happen. George Santos is a part of a larger problem, really. How many other motherfuckers have gotten in office lying and not actually
True.
telling the truth?
There's a lot of them.
Right. We just looking at this dude. He got caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was just so fucking outlandish. It was just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out to him. But but at the end of the day, everybody in Congress should be voting this dude out. Because that's him being in Congress is not good for anybody. It's not good for the Democrats. It's not good for the Republicans. It is not good for the country. It is not good for the country.
It definitely doesn't give us any confidence.
Right.
Right.
In government.
Right.
Right. And that's just kind of a fact. And then you have this other broad who's coming up with her story and created some false identity. And is she in Congress too?
Yes, she's a
A Republican in Congress?
from Florida.
Right. So and now you have that coming.
There's probably more.
Right. You guys are looking real crazy right now.
Real crazy.
But it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't,
They look like they got dope dick.
right, dope dick. They got dope dick. They got methadone dope dick.
They got crust in their drawers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
And glitter.
and glitter, dope dick. It's not his kid. Like,
Right.
everything's happening. I just think that it doesn't look good for the country.
No.
It deteriorates your faith in government.
Yep. And isn't
Right.
that the plan?
I mean, isn't that what's happening though?
They
Right.
say Russia was trying to do that, to like kill from within.
Right.
And I
guess
think that this is the way you do it.
it's working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to punch out. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody that punched in. It's 10 o'clock. And we got to go drop off some equipment for your man, James Lucas.
Yeah.
He's been texting me crazy. So you can go and do that. All
Shout out
he
to
needs,
Jamesy
all,
boy.
all he needs is the board and a microphone. So he's down the block on Forest Hills. So you can just run and do that. Big shout out to James Lucas. What's the name of his CPR company? Oh God.
Oh my God.
Gear Up with ACLS. Big shout out to Global School of Health for all your medical needs in terms of training, right? At Global School of Health, who's located at 60 Hempstead Avenue out in Long Island. They do home health care aid, certified nursing assistants, phlebotomy, EKG, CPR, ACLS, PALS. They do all that so you can get that done. Big shout out to Casey, One Stop Shop Hip Hop.
Year to year.
You know what I'm saying?
Mad Wednesday, next week Wednesday.
Yeah. I'll definitely absolutely get to that. Maria Davis is on this Monday. Mad Wednesdays. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody on Tuesday because we won't see you. And then Mad Wednesday is happening. And I believe we're streaming and all that stuff. So big shout out to Mi Gente, Mi People. Big plans for those shows.
Yes, yeah.
Big plans. We're probably going to change the location of where we do Mi Gente, Mi People. I believe that we're going to actually do it in Washington Houses.
Nice.
So we're going to do it in NYCHA.
Yes.
Also, big shout out to One NYCHA. We wish you well. We understand that, we had to, have the split, and that's cool.
Wow.
And, some things just kind of happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. We'll just get more shows and shift shows.
Yep.
And the whole thing, you know what I'm saying?
We'll be on the road, doing shows on the road.
Absolutely. Orange stars, green gloves, and blue diamonds. I don't know what that means, Dave, but
that's isn't that Lucky Charms?
What's that? Oh yeah, there you go. That's
Frosted Lucky
Orange
Charms,
stars, right?
They're magically delicious.
Yeah, that's
glitter.
It. So big shout out to everybody. All right, see you next week.
Share, subscribe, yes.
And by the way, once again, if I wasn't clear, we are doing a subscriber drive. So please, y'all, you in the chat, you'll come in every week. Have people hit the subscribe and like button on the YouTube channel. I'm not worried about Facebook. We're good on Facebook, but I want to monetize on YouTube. So if you guys could please give us a hand. And we'll do T-shirts. I'll give you shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's get up to about 1,000. All right.
There you go.
So we're gonna punch out.
Yeah.
Peace.